Hey, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Married at First Sight All-Star Panel with Jack and Glenn, August Love Story, and Talisa Ray. What's going on, people? How y'all doing tonight?
Man, it's been a day, but we here.
We here. We here. I know y'all usually try to catch us on Sundays, but tomorrow's the Super Bowl. So if you're watching this live or you with us live, we're not doing anything on Super Bowl Sunday. So you got us today. You got us today. So hope y'all sit back and relax on this Saturday afternoon.
Even though none of our teams playing, but we're gonna respect.
We're not talking about that.
We're gonna respect the Super Bowl.
Yeah, I got hurt a little. I'm still coming over. Look, I'm still giving my feelings on that. You know, been 33 years, but I'm still making it. Right, we getting there. We getting there. I've been doing this from New Orleans. If Washington would have made it, but anyway, let's talk about Married at First Sight, man. Season 10, season 18, episode 13. There's a lot going on in this episode. We got retreats. We got people lying about girls' names. We got people signing, giving divorce papers at one-page papers. We got people getting their teeth fixed, man. We got all kind of stuff in this episode. There's a lot going on. But let's start right there. Tommy, man, your thoughts on Madison and Allen. We're gonna start right there.
Look, you heard me too. That's me too. Yeah.
Hey, I'm with it, man. Allison, I just gotta check my notes on my Palm Pilot here. Allen, man, he's in a man. It's a tough situation for this man. This girl, like, she's what, 29, right?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, 29. And she goes out like she's a college girl. You know, she was like, I don't go out that much, but then they showed her 3 days in a row coming home after 12. It's like, lady, you're married.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I ain't saying that you have to be in the house because you married, but godly, you know, you spending the time that, you know, probably one of those days was a work day, you know, because 3 days, 3 nights in a row, you coming home. So either you're like, just work 4 days, or like you're just, I don't know, man. But I personally couldn't do that. The way my 37-year-old body is set up, I can't do that. But I mean, Allen has to be like, I felt like when they was talking to, who did they talk to? Dr. Pierre. I felt like he was still like, oh, it's okay that you do that, and I'm just adjusting to it. That's not okay. Like, if my wife was coming home late like that, I'd be like, yo, what's your problem? Like, what are you doing? I would think that she's cheating on me some way, some form. She didn't understand it. And for her not to understand that hanging out with your friends or hanging out with your spouse, like, you shouldn't have to choose between that. You know what I'm saying? Like, that shouldn't be a decision that you have to make. And if it is, you need to get new friends. Yeah, I personally believe, you know, let me see what else. It wasn't too much about them. I'm waiting on next week to truly find out like what's up, because when they was at the retreat, Madison got defensive and nobody was talking to her. You know what I'm saying? They was talking about David at the table, and she was just like, I just feel like we need to stop talking about this. Why? This ain't got nothing to do with you and Allen. And she got up and told, I'm finna pack my bag. Man, if I was Allen.
You didn't went too far in, okay? You got us wanting to talk about the retreat now, okay? You calm down. You got me excited already.
I mean, for me, that was the highlight of the whole thing, because it's like, what's up? You know what I'm saying? Like, you first get the, and then I'm finna skip over to the girl. You first get the Michelle. I'm thinking a small piece of me thinks it's Madison, but then we get to the retreat and this is how you react to them talking about it. Oh my God, come on, man! No wonder she thinks it's Madison. Y'all heard that, did you?
She whispered like I do.
I'm sorry, man. That's, you know, what'd you call it? Daddy daycare today, man. So
you know, you fine. You've been there, done that, brother.
What did they do? They saw a stylist. What is the stylist thing a thing this year? Because that's the second. At least they used a different person. But I mean, it did. I thought he dressed better, like with the stylist. I was like, okay, man, I might need a stylist myself. But I don't see how that helps the relationship, man. To be honest with you. And that's pretty much she apologized for not prioritizing him with what 2 weeks, like they down to like 9 weeks now, right? Or 9 days left.
10 days left.
And she apologizing for not prioritizing him this whole time. So that don't make sense either. But that's all I got, man.
So Lisa, what you got for us? Madison and Allen.
I wrote, she's so fake. She's so fake. That's what I wrote down. You know, I always got one statement for something. And this one, I was like, she's so fake, trying to pretend like, you know, she really cares about how he feels about her not being there. Like you said, 3 days. And then she's like, it hasn't been 3 days. Girl, you know it's been 3 days. And then they just put you on blast. You ought to know they're going to see you coming in with that little camera that they got. It may not got no real like vocals, but they sure could see you in there to make sure everything's what it's supposed to be. Also, I wrote down she doesn't want him because she's hanging out versus hanging out with him. You know what I mean? Like she's going and hanging out with her friends versus getting to know her new husband, which I think is really weird. And I think about that for all of them. For me, I feel like if I had gone on the show, you know, if I was younger, I wasn't almost 50, I would go on the show and I don't know if I could go on the show currently, but back then when I could, then I had that kind of thought process. I would have probably asked my husband, hey, let's make sure that we hang out together at least 4 nights a week. Make sure that we do something together 4 nights a week somehow. Like, I don't understand why nobody feels like they should be sitting and having conversations or playing cards, like them little, you know, I know tonight conversation is a huge deal right now. What's going on the internet and stuff between him and Keita and Ace. Nevertheless, JoJo. I don't know if y'all, never mind. Y'all may not even follow them people.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out what are you talking about? Right. Keita and Ace.
Yeah, the man who
we do.
Yeah. He made the cards and they have the tonight conversation, like they go live. They had a podcast and they started going everywhere. It's okay, Tommy. If Artika was here, she'd fill you in.
Yeah.
And so so those they have a lot of those different kinds of cards. Even now, Dr. Pia has cards. Like I feel like that I don't understand why people aren't figuring out how do we have conversations? How do we get to know each other? Not just going out. We don't have to go somewhere to get to know one another. It could be watching our favorite movies and then talking about it and saying why we liked it. Nevertheless, when he was putting on them clothes, I never thought that, Alan was, I don't think he's fine, but I thought he was okay. You know what I mean? I didn't think he was a bad looking man. Especially because to me, even though he dressed like, what do you call it? He didn't call them homeless people, trailer parks. Even though he said he dressed like he liked that dress, that style, I felt like I still liked his swag. Like I liked his energy. I liked the way he thought. I liked how cool he was and understanding. So I wouldn't date him because he's white, but if I did, he would be somebody I would be interested in, right? Like because of that energy. And so when they went to the stylist, and honey, like I said, he need to go ahead and get the black girl effect because he looked better. And she was like, why? You can see she was smiling and grinning because he looked really good. And sometimes that's all it takes is a little bit of change in the way you dress. And that's not a hard thing. Like I think I told y'all a couple episodes ago that I didn't like the way my late husband dressed at all. I didn't like it. But as his wife, and if I'm going shopping, and I'd be like, babe, try this on with it. May not be his style. He may not have liked it, but he would wear it. And then he got all the compliments and people be like, oh, you look nice. And then he'd be like, okay, babe, let's do this. Let's do that. Let's do this. So that's the whole thing. And then I was like, he is really trying so hard because he likes her so much, including the whole teeth thing. Like I said that too. All he needs is a little braces. And he did whatever that thing is where they do the alignment with the Invisalign and they send it to the house or whatever. And he was like, well, I like my teeth until she said that she didn't like it. And if Madison and David did not have the problems that they had, not Madison, child, Michelle and David didn't have the problems that they had, I feel like Madison and Allen would be our people that we would talk about all the time, because Madison is fake and is pretending to like him, but I think she recognized that it's not as bad. And I was like, I don't like no gold chains on men either. Like when my son want to wear his gold chain on outside his shirt, I can't stand it. But if the man say every now and again, let him. That's just a small little compromise, especially if he's changing his whole outfit. I think that's all that I wanted to say. Because Tommy, you said the same thing how I feel about Doc when they went to see Dr. Pia and she apologized or whatever. I really was like, that's when I wrote down she's so fake. That's really the first thing I wrote. She's so fake. And that was why I wrote it. I think that's it.
Okay.
Yeah, that's it. That's all.
Hey, before I get into it, have y'all ever changed something major to be with somebody? Like Alan's changing his teeth, Alan changing his clothes, Alan's changing all this. Have y'all ever changed like your whole? Because he's doing all this for Madison, right? He's doing all this for a girl who's never kissed him, right? Except for on a wedding day. Who hangs out till 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning, right? Who only comes home because he's cooking, and he's that. Like she doesn't, and then be gaslighting him all the time. He's doing all. I see why his friend said that he's passive aggressive. Oh, he's a pushover. He's a people pleaser because he's people pleasing people pleasing for Madison. I'm just asking.
Mm-hmm. I can't think of a time that I've changed, but I know I've changed my like outlook on certain things because of maybe like simple thing with Artika, man. It was my credit. My outlook on how you supposed to deal with credit changed when I got with her because it was a conversation we had. So how he's doing it, I can't say that I've done that before, but if my girl was like, hey man, can you fix your teeth? Yeah, I'll fix my teeth. You know, who wants a bad smile? But that's me personally, you know. The dressing thing is okay, but it's just certain things that I feel like he's putting up with that he doesn't have to. And the biggest thing is the time spent. We only seen an instance of 3 days in a row. We know out of this 8 weeks, if this is 3 days in a row, how many more days in a row have she done this or stayed at home one day but then went out the rest of the days? Like that's stuff you don't have to put up with. That's stuff that you need to nip that in the butt. The first night they was there together, she went out. Like, who are these friends? Because obviously we don't see them. You know, the friends that came to the house, I don't even remember them.
Evidently it's David because he be meeting her at the club.
Evidently it is David.
Oh, we get to that because Carla spilled the beans.
When did we talk about that part?
Okay, Carla, and we're gonna talk about that because Carla spilled the beans a little bit later on that. When she was
on the after show or whatever it's called.
I didn't see that part. I didn't see it. I wish I would have watched it.
Yeah, this was a good one to watch. I feel like next week will be a good one to watch.
Yeah, but to Tommy's point, I agree. Let's look at so you talking about 3 days a week for about every week of the experiment. That's a lot of days. And it probably was more than 3 1 week. You know, that's crazy. To answer your question, I think the difference is too when we're not married at first sight, and when you first, you get with somebody, your connection with them is based on an attraction y'all have in the first place. Even though it may not necessarily stay for physical, first thing you see is physical of somebody. And so I think that's why I think most of the time there might be some things you tweak and change, but for the most part, you're not going through all that changing because you've already presented your physical with them. I think that was. Can I tell y'all something? I'm a teeth person. I'm a teeth person. That bothered me. I said, bruh, when he said my teeth ain't never been straight, I said, good gosh, never would I ever. And when I saw the Happy Smiles box, when I saw the Invisalign box, at first I was like, now, his top teeth, they kind of pushed back. They didn't really look crooked to me. But I don't know why. When he put that top one in, all of a sudden them bottom teeth stuck out to me. And I was like, well, those are kind of crooked. They are quite crooked. You probably needed that. And all I could think was the nurse in me, the insurance nurse in me, was like, he looked like he had a pretty good job.
Why he
looked like he got pretty good benefits. Why the freak did you not get some? Why didn't you get no braces before now?
The Jaguar, dog. The money goes to the
No,
Jag.
No. I don't care what your dental insurance don't pay. Whatever you have to pay does not equal that Jag payment. It don't. That bothered me. So that says to me too, even though I think it's, as my daughter would say, I think it's kind of pissy. That she was like, I like somebody go to the gym and man, it keeps itself up. But me, really, when people don't take care of their teeth, even if it's crooked, but especially if they're, if you got a lot of cavities and stuff, that says a lot about when you don't take care of yourself, your physical body, your health. That says, now if she approached it that kind of way, but she don't approach it that way. She trying to build herself the perfect guy.
He said he said he go to the dentist. Like he go to the, his teeth are healthy. He said they just crooked. But I'm with you. I got to think about teeth and smiles. So I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I know that said something about me.
No, you're fine.
And even our dentist, we've been going to our dentist since I was pregnant, before I was pregnant with my oldest, and she's 20. And even him, when he was like, y'all's teeth look good. But he was like, if you ever want to, straighten this out a little bit, and our teeth not. So I'm like, the dentist ain't never said nothing.
Your dentist ain't say nothing. You might want to change dentists.
He didn't ask you. You think I can refer you to an orthodontist? I know a real good one. I don't know. That bothered me. But yeah, she's trying to build herself the perfect guy, and Madison is very fake. I'm with you, Talisa. A lot of these couples, most of them, if you just have a simple conversation, just talk, like real talk, because that's what y'all supposed to be doing anyway in this time before you decide if I want to stay married or not. What are y'all talking about? What are they communicating about? They're
the only couple that stays in an apartment because she goes out. Everybody else don't stay there. I've never heard her or Allen. Allen said it once that I'm going to my apartment. That was the day he had to, get up early, whatever the case may be. They stay there, so that makes it even worse. Y'all in an apartment together and you still don't talk to each other or have that type of communication with each other, which makes it sad, right? Mm-hmm. But Allen has conformed this whole marriage.
The whole time.
I'm going to the gym to get bigger because you like the person that goes to the gym. I'm going to change my clothes because you like the person to dress like this. I'm going to change my teeth because you said my teeth are crooked. I'm going to stay up late and sleep on the couch, wait for you to come home because you like to go out and party.
Now, that part right there, can I pause you right there? But the fact that he was on that couch and the way she tiptoed in that apartment, I was like, you know what? You know you wrong.
Yep. Don't wake daddy is what she was playing.
Yes, she tiptoed. That's why for her to sit in there, I haven't been out that late every night. You have, because that's why you tiptoed in there. And I wanted to say this too, and don't forget your train of thought. But also, when we talked about the stylist too, y'all talked about the stylist. See, Michelle's friend styled David. Madison took Allen to a real stylist. Mm-hmm. Me and my sister laughed about that. I said, Michelle out here playing in David's face. I'm gonna get my friend to style you. And he didn't look bad, but I was like, it's whole different levels. I'm gonna put this Henley on you. That's what she did for David. Let me get this jean jacket for you. Mm-hmm. Nah. Madison got the real thing because they did Allen right. And I went to Lisa. I was like, me and my oldest was like, all he needs is a little chocolate in his life.
That's why I made that man Travis Kelce.
No.
All he needs is
he went back to Taylor, and now you see what he looked like. Okay, so he preferred that look.
The man formerly known as Travis Kelce, the chocolate lover.
Yes, because now he is not I was like, who? This don't look nothing like that man.
Girl, he look like a state trooper.
Girl, And
He on the ship.
then for him to be like, oh, he'd be happy if administration would come to the Super Bowl tomorrow to watch him play, but the administration said he hates your wife. He don't like your wife, your girlfriend. You know, you following me, Tommy?
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah. I'm on you.
Because you be looking, Tommy, like.
No, I be reading the comments sometimes.
I know we ain't even talking about that. Let me not even, because if I was her, I probably would have broke up with him. Like, what? I don't care about no politically correct.
No.
Yo, but it's
Well, Hubert is funny.
Yeah. Yo.
Maybe.
Yeah.
You make him look good.
Man, yeah, true.
You make him look good.
It's not wrong, Robert.
That's Artika comment.
Hey, but what's funny about back to her tipping in, and back to Talisa's comment about over the 8 weeks or the way how long they were together. She done tipped in a lot of nights that he don't even know about, right? Or tipped out while he was asleep.
Yep.
And then tipped back in, and still was able to meet up with somebody at the gym at 6 o'clock in the morning and work out. Yo, I'm like, she tipped in like she was a 16-year-old girl.
That snuck out on her parents.
That snuck out on her parents and not want to get caught. I told you. I remember it was Juan and Rachel, right? What's his name? Not Juan. Jose and Rachel.
Yes, Jose and Rachel.
Jose and Rachel from Houston. Jose locked that top lock, and Rachel couldn't get in.
She lucky Allen ain't put all them locks on that door.
What needs to take place is Allen need to lock them locks and see if she comes in. So she has to bang on the door.
She ain't gonna care about coming in. Then she just gonna go home.
Exactly.
Yeah, she gonna make a big deal about it. You know how she do.
Oh, you locked. But the thing is, she lied to Dr. Pia. Like, no, I haven't been out. Like you forgot they got cameras in here. Like you forgot the production knows what time you come in. You forgot that there's everywhere you go. It's something going on. Then my part is she lied about the fact that my man never told her about his nightmares. You're like, yo, I've been dreaming that you've been with somebody else. Oh, you never told me that before. Yes, he did. So selective memory. He told you we always in the gym arguing that I woke up, had a nightmare that that the cameras were gone and it was somebody else. It wasn't me. He needs to start listening to his dreams. I think Alan started dreaming about some numbers or something. Whatever numbers you see, you start dreaming about. But and then Dr. Pia, like it wouldn't have took Dr. Pia to have to tell me that I'm not acting like I'm married. And Alan should have been there like, yo, Alan should have started the conversation. She's not acting like she's married. Like she's going out.
He's not going to rock that boat.
He should rock the boat, though.
He should, but he ain't.
Because he would have, like Tommy said, if Alan would have raised fuss the first time she stayed out till 3 o'clock in the morning, or they would have gotten into a big argument, she may not be staying out as much. I saw somebody in the chat talk about Alexis and Justin. And were partying being in her. And that's what she liked to do. It is. Justin made a big stink out of it. And Alexis was mad for a few days, right? And she was mad for a long time because Alan has not made a fuss out of anything.
No.
And you gotta have those discussions like, hey, you're gonna be married to me. I'm not putting a curfew on you, but it would be nice if you. But he participates because he goes out with her, and then she leaves him, or he leaves her there and goes back home. So she's like, it's cool. He left me. Let's rock. Alan needs to start calling some of her friends and see if she's out with him. That's what needs to take place.
And does he sleep on the couch? Because he's always on the couch. Is he not sleeping in the bed with her? Is he sleeping?
I don't think so.
I think he's trying to make sure she's safe when he comes home.
I think it's really giving parent vibes. Like, I can't go to sleep till you come in the house, and here she comes in. That's crazy.
That's a good question.
What time he be like 3 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 1 o'clock? Like he knows.
And that's a good question.
Would y'all not be mad?
I would.
Yeah.
I would be pissed off.
Absolutely. And he would have, and she would have heard it. If I was him, she would have heard what I had to say.
Yeah.
Every single time too. Like you every single time. And all that he be kind of like backing down because he just want her to be happy. Like he just wants to accept him. Nah, she would get this business. You understand me?
I don't hear that. You're gonna have to hear this.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to hear this, and y'all gonna have to hear this as much as Newton got attacked. Because I'm gonna say this as much as everybody. Everybody gonna know that this girl is out here partying, and this ain't right. You need to have your butt at home. I'd have called Amanda and them. I wouldn't call Tyra Amanda. Look, I know you hanging out with Madison, but she married now.
Mm-hmm.
Like, she married now. Madison, you married now. You can't, and then you get mad and get crocodile tears when I call you a party girl. What are you then?
What am I supposed to think?
What am I supposed to
Exactly.
What am I supposed to? Oh, so in other words, you like to do it, but you like to hear nobody say it. You know how some people don't want nobody to call them a liar, but they're a liar. You don't want me to point. You don't want to point out my faults, but that's what I do.
She's absolutely a party girl. 3 nights in 1 week. That's a lot. I'm sleepy.
That's a lot of money spent, I would think.
And then on top of that, he was like, and when you don't go out, you go to bed at 9:30. So you really don't want to fool with me. You go to bed at 9:30 when you don't go out. What does that say? Because you out until 1 and 3. You don't want to talk to me for an hour and a half, 2 hours. Right. You go to bed at 9:30.
I ain't know that.
Yeah.
And then he said he don't talk to his friends about it, but he needs to so that his friends can say, "You look stupid, bruh."
Mm-hmm. Right. Well, look, I saw her out too, bruh.
Yeah.
From what I heard online somewhere, the taco place closes at 1. She said she was out getting tacos. Online, they said the taco place don't stay open that late. So the taco place stays at 1. I had to go check. I checked. I verified. I fact checked it. When I saw it online, I was like, "Hold on, that is right." I pulled it up.
Taco place closed at 1.
The taco place closed at 1. So where you been at?
Get home to 3:30.
I don't know why you don't do gossip, Glenn, because you sure be having all this.
He got all of it,
Tony. I don't do gossip. I'm an investigator. When I want to investigate something, I investigate.
Hey, Nelly said, who was the person that said ain't nothing open after 12 but Waffle House and legs?
His grandma and his mama.
My grandma and mama said it all the time.
Ain't nothing open past 12 but legs.
But legs.
Hubert said it.
Oh, man.
That taco was still open after legs.
I didn't even see that one.
Saw that. I got you, Hubert.
Man,
we're gonna come back to Madison and Allen.
Let's go move on to the next couple. Let's go to Juan and Carla. And Carla's getting her tarot cards read and all that other stuff. Talisa, your thoughts on Juan and Carla?
So I'm glad that they were open to go, where he was open to do something that Carla likes. I'm glad about that. And so they went to see that intuitive healer reader. The only thing that I was like, how much information does she know about them before you go in? You know what I'm saying? Like for her to be like, oh, I know you guys are soulmates, right? Not to say that that's not true, because your soulmate don't have to be your romantic partner. Your soulmate could be just your friend, right? Your soulmate could just be a friend that you've had forever, and that is your soulmate. People be thinking soulmates means intimate romantic connections. It does not. And I really feel like you can have more than one. So don't judge me, like, judge your mama, because I feel like you can have more than one soulmate in your lifetime. But I was just, so one of the things that I'm glad that was said was that, she actually said that he was over analytical about his job and his work, and he's unable to be like, let me just relax. And I'm glad to see later on that was the after party. I guess I can't really talk about that. I will. That Carla was like, I'm just trying to be vulnerable and open. I really don't have a lot. Okay. I did his friend, Juan's friend, when he went and talked about her, it's too many crystals and incense and did this and that and the third. I was like, then that's why you don't work. You don't believe in what she believes in. And later for us to find out that his brother is a tarot card reader. And I don't know. I don't really have a lot. I just wrote, she's a free spirit and spiritually connected to everything around her. He talks about that he's grounded. I like to be grounded is what he said. And I mean, I'm spiritual in a lot of ways. So if you like to be grounded, then you're one of the people who like take your shoes off in the grass and put your feet in the grass and hug the trees, because that's also part of grounding. I don't know. I don't really have like nothing. I don't have nothing. I don't have nothing except for, are they going to hold hands and stuff? Because he don't like her. I don't have nothing. I don't have nothing.
I don't think they're going to make it.
No, they're not going to make it. She ain't going to say yeah either. They both gonna say no. She's just over there like,
like I think he's I don't want to say freaked out, but turned off a little bit from the energy thing, like the spiritual part of her, because he's not into it like that.
right.
Open
He
to
doesn't
it.
understand it. He doesn't
Right.
understand that aspect, and he's not even willing to. I'm just one of those people that be like, people believe what they want to believe. Who am I to say that there's something different? And he needs to, he's like, when he said, I'm sorry, I know. He said something about, I don't like people giving, if we go to, they do tarot reading, I don't like to believe what they say. I like it to just be natural, free flowing, or whatever. I don't know. Whatever the word was, he doesn't want to believe in what other people say.
Right.
So he don't have no spirituality at all. It's pretty much what I'm gathering. That's how I feel like you don't have nothing. You don't believe in nothing. You just want things to happen as they come along. You don't believe in anything, because any spiritual practice has some type of something that you follow, whether that be words or whatever, prayers, thoughts, Bibles, books, chanting, whatever it is that people be doing, there's something that they follow. So for me, I'm all like, oh, he's not spiritual at all. He has no spiritual connection to anything. I'm sorry, Tommy. I'm sorry.
I'm just bringing up stuff just because I got 6 things that I wrote about them, man. And then I'm moving on. But it's there to, like, this whole season for them has been a thing of they were really high, but then they every week they have constantly went down. And I think once they get past this retreat, I think we will see more of a definitive answer. Like, we all think that they're gonna say no, but we'll see a more definitive answer after the retreat, just because of they're gonna be them. Camille and Thomas are gonna be like, and MM are gonna have popcorn ready watching this debacle of 2 couples. So anything that happens at the retreat is gonna be voided by the 2 couples involved in this this couple swap, I guess you can say, exchange. I don't know what to call it. But Carla and Juan, like him saying that he's not into what she's into, I think that's okay, but you have to like the person. I don't think he likes her either. And that's the biggest issue with them being a couple together. You can do all because even when she brought her, she was like, I gotta pack my crystals and stuff. He gave her a funny look, like, whatever, man. Don't burn the house down, whatever he said. But yeah, that's can I talk about the Carla thing now? Since we on, like, when she was when she, what was it? I think it was on the after party, and Artika might have told me. So y'all that watched it, please direct me in whatever or wherever I'm going. But did she say, like, she was like, she went dancing with Madison, or Madison invited her out to dance, and then David show up. So it's her, Madison, and David, and then they're dancing, and all of a sudden they're gone
for 5 songs.
For 5 songs.
Her phone. And my question to that was, why wouldn't she tell Carla that she lost her phone?
Right.
For 5 songs, though. They going for
5 songs.
Oh, that's what it was. It was 4 or 5 songs.
Yeah, so that's about 25 minutes.
That's a session.
Anywhere between 20 to 25. And then you talking about at the club. So, sometimes they be mixing and they be taking a little longer. Yeah. So,
Yeah, they
Carla said she lost them, and they pop up together.
But Carla also said, I understand why David did what he did. Like, not that I think that she was like, I don't think that I'm not agreeing that it was right, but I understand based on how you've been treating me.
Right.
What was Michelle's? I gotta watch it. We're gonna
have to pick that up when we get to them, because they had a lot going on.
Yeah, but that's all I got for Juan and Carla, man.
Yeah.
I don't have anything to add. I was just like,
Yeah, I was like, and Juan's mustache, that was it, looking like,
oh my gosh, Pancho Villa.
Yeah, it looked like Pancho Villa. But I mean, that's where I was at. I was like, yo, it to me, there are couple who not there, and
Yeah.
they don't have it. They're just friends, right? They've been roommates for the last 8 weeks or whatever case may be. They're just roommates. They're friends. So, and I agree with everybody else. I think the intuitive healer is getting production notes and saying what needs to be said or what they like, because Jasmine and Michael went to the same person who read tarot cards and said the same thing, and we see Michael's marrying somebody else that's not even our persuasion right now. So it is what it is. They were soulmates too. And well, I learned today soulmate doesn't mean that you have to be in a romantic relationship.
Right.
You just could be friends. Cause we know. Well, I can't say that because people be watching my channel. But
I do low key me. Low key. I don't know how much. It might just be he don't like her, but low key.
Yeah, a little low key. But yeah, low key because he liked to hump.
He might fluid. Be
fluid. He liked to hump things. Remember?
So he might be fluid.
He might be fluid, and he was in that model world.
Yeah.
Yeah. We talk about your buddy Juan, and you know who's real good friends with David.
Hey, did y'all see his friend that he was playing soccer with? His friend was like, "Man, you gonna kick this ball? Or you gonna sit up here and just stand on it?" I was like, "Bro, kick the ball."
What are you gonna do? His friend even told like, even when he was talking about like the energy and stuff, I told Jack, I said maybe the intuitive healer was feeling that Juan and Carla are soulmates, but it might be his brother because his brother's in tune to all that stuff. His brother's into the energy, the sound bowls, the tarot cards, and all that. So it could be the brother.
No, it could be him because they I feel like you get along well with people who will help you like grow. And I feel like there are certain ways that each of them can help one another grow. I don't think that they are meant to be romantic, but I think that they could indeed be soulmates. They could be, but we ain't gonna never find out if they could be really good friends because after this is it. That's it.
I hate that because I kind of had a little bit of hope for them at the beginning.
At the beginning.
Yeah.
We thought, maybe. Yeah.
And I felt like they were a good match when it came to, I always like culturally, they both, I think, because wasn't Juan the one that said, was it Juan? I might be thinking about somebody else. They didn't necessarily date Hispanic or Latino people. I might be remembering wrong, but I thought that was good for them because they had the same kind of background. So, and I don't know, they looked cute together. But it just fell apart. He
wasn't feeling her energy. I mean, not I'm trying to be
like
funny.
Talisa said, he ain't with the spiritual thing. It ain't him.
It's not him.
None of it. It don't matter. You invite him to church, he gonna be like, I didn't like that.
Yeah,
I feel that too.
Yeah, he gonna say, I didn't like the mosque either. To me, it feels like wherever you invite him spiritually, he's gonna be like, I just want things to be as they come.
Right. They don't share the same beliefs, so it's not gonna work out.
No.
All right, let's move on to Thomas and Camille. Thomas and Camille. Tommy, your thoughts on Thomas and Camille, man?
All right, so next, no, I think they good, man. Like she's trying to make up something at the fondue thing.
That's the same thing I said, Tommy.
Say yeah. I was surprised that they hadn't came up with it because Pastor Cal basically told them that's a bad idea. Come up with something else. But I was surprised that they hadn't came up with a situation like a better plan to move in with each other. Like I don't know why she even brought that up. Like I might say, I might feel like this has been fun, and I'm like, girl, you're gonna say yeah on decision day, unless this dude just does something off the wall in these last 9 days. It's a yes for you, and it's a yes for him. Don't even play that game.
Maybe she's really looking for somebody to lead. He's too quiet for her.
Hold on, but to Tommy's point, I said that, Tommy. I said or she says no because what she said at the table was my yes, which we always talk about with these couples is, do I say yes on decision day with the knowledge of knowing we'll try it for this time without the cameras, or am I saying no because I really don't see, I don't want to try, like I'm just like I feel like you're gonna say yes. I feel like they made the cultural thing a big thing with them. It really wasn't that big.
They didn't make that. She made that.
No, that's what they showed us. Because probably they didn't have nothing else. There was kind of a rub.
Right.
I felt like she was kind of grasping at straws with the fondue thing too. I was just like,
oh yeah.
She used to a thug. She wants a thug.
She getting on my nerves.
Right.
She want a thug.
I wrote down she getting on my nerves. That's what
right.
Because what do you why do you keep talking about you want this man to lead and to be assertive and girl, shut up. Girl, shut up. Be glad that he's asking, and he too wants you to be happy because he likes you. He's into you, and he does not want to mess that up. Like, girl, she getting on my nerves.
And like I told Glenn, I said the other thing is maybe for him, like he can take the lead, and like he was like, well, what if he makes a decision and she'd be like, no. And I said maybe his thing is too, you want me to make decisions like I'm not even sure in this moment if you're gonna be around, if it's gonna be a long term. In the long term, then I can make decisions for long term. But for like right now, why am I making long term decisions when we haven't even got to decision day? That might be some of what he's thinking about. And like we talked about, okay, then tell him what area you want him to lead in. Be specific. I just want you to lead, but tell him and make him feel like, okay, if you make a decision, I'm gonna go with that. I think that's where he was kind of apprehensive too. It's like, so if I say this, is she gonna go with it?
Right, because I don't know you. I don't know you. I really still learning you. I don't know. I don't know you. I don't know all the things you like. I don't know, what your rituals are. I don't know what's accustomed for you. I don't know you. So me asking you and wanting to have a conversation about it, I think it's a plus. Because had he came in and he was leading and telling her what to do and what he thought, that would have been a problem.
Yeah.
Yep.
That would be a problem. So I mean, for me, she getting on my nerves. Like he can't. In this point, I'm all like, he can't win for losing. He can't win for losing. It's a what is catch-22 when it comes to her, because he wouldn't have been able to walk in and be like, this is how it's gonna go. But then you want him to be like, this is how it's gonna go.
Well, that was my point. Like, what area? Because he came in, he would have been like, you know what, we moving to the south side. We're moving over here. This is the apartment we're going to stay in. I need you to pack your bags. The truck is coming on Thursday. I'm going to say yes on the decision day. And again, his thought was, I'm in the middle of a lease. You're in the middle of a lease. So we don't want to break the lease. We'll wait till one of our leases run out so we don't waste. Remember, he's a financial guy. I don't want to waste any money. And I don't want to pay any extra money that I have to pay. I told Jack was, well, could they stay in the Married First Sight apartment for a little bit longer? And have Married First Sight pay for it. Or tell Married First Sight, look, we like to live together. Can y'all take what y'all going to give us stipend-wise and pay out my lease? Or one of our leases. So it's ways they can do it. I think she's looking for a plan, right? And then she wants him to have a plan. But his thing is like, I want to plan this thing together because, like Talisa said, if I just give you my idea, it may not be right. And nobody. And when you start giving your idea, and then people start punching holes in your idea, like, oh, that's not right. I don't want to do that.
Shoot that man confidence down.
His confidence is already short because he had to get permission to do what he needed to do in the bathroom. I mean, in the bedroom. Sorry, not a bathroom. He do his own thing in the bathroom.
In the bathroom.
Wait, speaking of bathroom, can I say this real quick?
Go ahead.
Why Carla ain't never pooped in that apartment?
Oh, she did say that.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah. Yeah, Carla said she goes down the hall to go to the gym. That's Carla be seeing things when she go poop early in the morning. She be looking in the gym door like, oh, y'all in there again? but she, so she wants him to take the lead, but yet she wants him to be submissive in the bedroom. Because look what she wants to be submissive in the bedroom. She wanted to tie him up. She threw an avocado in his mouth. She did all these things, and she wanted to be submissive on the back.
You know what she was doing in her being dominant. I don't even know about that. She didn't know what she was doing. She was making stuff. She had no clue because a real
She making stuff up, huh?
that stuff. Okay, like
She's making stuff up. Just
don't get me started. Don't get me started. Y'all know. Don't get me started. Y'all know.
So she hasn't really told this dude which area she wanted to leave, and he doesn't seem like the guy. His brother seemed more like he would be the one to be like, take the lead. Thomas didn't get that trait. Thomas is a quiet, laid back guy where not that he can't lead quietly, but if you're gonna let me do it, then let me do it in this area. Let's have a conversation about it.
Because I think financially he's gonna be the person that leads. Like for me, because he's a finance guy, I think that's really because there are. I mean, if we're gonna be honest, I know the men be the head in relationships, but the women be the next. Right? We do all the movement and what happens, and so all that shit she talking sound crazy. However, I think that he's going to lead when it comes financially. He's just trying to figure out how do I fit in with her. I don't know this woman. I don't know this woman.
Did you hear him? He's a 50-50 guy though. He's a 50-50 guy.
I did hear that. Thank you.
He's a 50-50 guy. So your thoughts on that being a 50-50 person? Or it should be everybody's marriage is different, but when you're a 50-50 guy, he's like everybody's marriage is different. But he was like, I caught it. And she didn't say nothing about it. They went past it real quick, but I caught it. Said like, oh, we can do half this thing. You pay half, I pay half.
Because of how he went from what his previous in relationship or whatever with the people whoever he lived with, and I just feel like people each relationship is based on what y'all agree on. That's all I got. Okay, that's all I got. It's on what y'all agree on. That's what I got. Yeah, that's all I got. Baby,
it's what you agree on, but there's a way that you can be more successful.
Yeah, and and I come from a family where every man in my family, I mean, my brother, my daddy, all my uncles, all of them are full providers, like full on take care of everything. These women don't really pay for nothing. It really be pissing me off because how did I get?
I don't know what to say about that, man, because I believe in the shit, man. My whole thing is make it make sense. We gotta live here. We gotta do this. If you bring in a certain amount of money, I bring in a certain amount of money. Let's just make sure these bills paid. It doesn't matter who paid what. Let's just make sure the stuff paid.
It's whatever works in your relationship.
But I don't think a person should, because I don't think that way of man pays for everything. I don't think it works today.
Well, listen. I don't know what works for everybody else, okay? I ain't got no man here, so I can't tell you that. But I'm just telling you what is being done. My brother is 5 years younger than me.
Yeah.
Okay? So I just want you to know that I mean, they got stuff that they take care of, like groceries or whatever, but that's what they do, okay? I got friends that got other types of relationships. I got friends that don't pay nothing at all. I'm just saying, I just feel like whatever works best for your relationship, whatever you agree on between the two of you is what works. Because I'm not saying that somebody gonna help me keep my life the way I have it, because I buy all the things that I love because it's my money. I'm the lead, right? Yeah. So I mean, it has to be whatever works for the two of you. And she didn't say anything, so automatically we just making assumptions, but we could go ahead and think that she agrees with the 50-50, right? Because some houses is I'm gonna pay all the mortgage and you have to pay the bills. That's still an equal thing per se. You see what I'm saying? So it just whatever works for your relationship.
It sounds like roommate language. I think Kate Wu said it. I kind of agree with it. It kind of like roommate language to me. To me, you know, if the two become one, and then we for sick or poor, for riches and health and death do us part, and we can put everything else together. So why can't we put all these ducats together and we work from?
So tell me, how would you have said it? What would you have said to, or what did you say? You ain't gotta give us too much information. You could wait till we get off actually, and you could tell me, because I just want to know, like, how do you think he should have said it versus 50-50? I mean, because like I said here, on average, A 2-bedroom is the same amount as my mortgage. A 2-bedroom apartment is the same amount as my mortgage. And then you got the $10, eggs.
Yeah.
And we talked about gas last week, and now it's up at $4.50. The cheapest.
We wouldn't have. I think we wouldn't have said it at a dinner table. We're like, okay, let's pull out what you make, what you got. Let's see how we can work this thing together, because this is what we do. Because we are together. So how can we handle this together? I think sometimes people are caught up on who makes more, who makes less. Sometimes you meet people while they're already in their profession. So you telling me a person is going to change their profession to come up just because you need them to come up? Did you marry me for my profession, or did you marry me because you love me? And so how can we work this thing together? If we both bring in 65, 75, that's 100, that's 150, 150,000 together.
You talking about though a relationship where you guys have been dating.
Right.
So it's a little different. We've been dating, and I love you because I love you, right, Johnny? This is whoever I love right now, okay? Because we've been dating, right? And so because we've been dating, we've had conversations. I know what you do. I know what your spend is like. I know what mine is like. So we start having an understanding and start having a conversation about what it would look like if we move in together. What does life look like? These two people that don't know nothing about each other, right? Yeah. So I mean, I'm still in the same place of him. I don't necessarily agree or disagree, because it's whatever works for your relationship. All I'm saying is he's saying 50-50, just like he's treating her when it comes to the leadership. This is a compromise. For him right now, everything is we're working together. We're doing it together because they don't know anything about each other. But at some point, they're going to have the conversation. It's going to have to adjust because they're going to both be out of wherever they live in.
I think this conversation happened. I think what was it? The bald head dude from Houston and the girl, Mirla and
Gil.
Mirla and Gil. Yeah, firefighter Gil. They did it too early. I think some of these Jose was like that too. Jose was a stickler. He doesn't believe in debt. He was Jose immediately was a stickler. I think some of these, as you grow, some of these conversations take place after decision day. We shouldn't merge stuff together before decision day. I mean, before decision day, because if I merge now, I have to separate, and who to know you ain't gonna rob me blind. So I think decision day is a telltale time. We can have these conversations, but when we start putting pen to paper, is after decision day, and I think those conversations need to be had. But when you make it official on decision day, so we have the conversation about how we're gonna handle the same concept, where we're gonna live at when we live, how are we gonna handle the bills, how are we gonna handle who lease are we gonna let go. Right? Is your car paid for? Do you have student loans? All right. Those conversations and those questions, even in this marriage, takes place. Oh, if they're cheap or not based off the way they go. But that's having a conversation. I think when you stay up that night, when y'all first married, I don't think you get a money conversation the first night you stay up at the hotel before your honeymoon, because you'd be mad. But as you start progressing and you think that y'all gonna stay together longer than 8 weeks, that conversation needs to be had around the same time, like where we're going to live at, where we're going to move at. Yeah. Those conversations, when you make the decision that I'm going to be together, we're going to stay. This with Thomas and Camille, they're having that conversation where we're going to live at, like Pastor Cal. So that where we're going to live at, it needs to start coming in place. What are we willing to spend on a place, right? Or what our means look like? Are we going to live out? Because if we don't want to live outside of our means, how much you paying for rent? How much you paying for rent? It was Brianna and Vincent. Remember when they in Atlanta, and y'all, my knowledge, they came and they brought the spreadsheets. They both had their spreadsheets out, and they sat down and they went through each other's line item by line item and budget to see what works for them. And I think that's how sometimes when two become one, that's how it needs to take place. We'll tell you how we did it on one of our podcasts. You got to look at it, listen to it. Can't give it away for free. Can't give it away for free.
But but with saying that, I go back to what Talisa said too. I really do think again, I don't know you. So this is where we're going to start at this 50-50. And even with the 50-50, is the 50-50 equitable? Because if you making these thousands a month, every 2 weeks, every week, whatever, and I make this every 2, you know what I'm saying? is it fair for me to pay 50-50? It's I'm gonna have, and that's if you keep it with your finances separate. Then that means all I'm gonna have left out of my finances is this, while you got this big buku over here. 50-50 might not be equitable.
Mm-hmm.
It might be more like you 75-25, you know, but like Talisa said, I really do think he's approaching it like that because, again, I don't know you yet. We're not at that point. And then
he let him buy them earrings.
Well, he don't know if that girl like him either. After she
was a
said,
gift.
well, "What if I look at you and say,
Hold on, I said it was a gift,
nice?"
but it was a gift.
His face when she said that, I said, "Look at his face. He looking like BITCH."
Right.
Right. He
like a black man to me then. He was showing up looking like he wanted to cuss her the fuck out. Excuse me.
Yeah, he did. He looked at her crazy.
And I agree with like your average logical thinker said it too. Just because Camille didn't say anything doesn't mean she was with it. I think she just didn't say anything. And,
or she said something they ain't
showing
showing for.
That's how I said.
man.
It might have been a whole nother conversation.
Let's have a conversation. We need to have let's talk about this a little later. Let's have more of a conversation.
Right.
That would be something I would say, because you're right. I feel like he make more money than her, but I don't know, because she got a good job too. Okay, she got a decent job, but I feel like he is doing something in his savings, and he's got some stocks. Now I could be making this up in my head. You know what I'm saying?
No, I felt that way too.
But
I feel like it's gonna look a little different once they get.
We're not gonna talk about that.
K. Wu said she can't even get that man the full service. What you mean?
Please. That's not contingent on money. That ain't contingent on no funds.
It might.
I'm gonna just tell you that it would help. It would help him say, "I'm gonna pay for everything" if she go ahead and do the. What if they call it the God 3000 or whatever they call it?
It may help him say, "I got everything. It's covered."
Listen, but I'm not finna do that just so you can say it's gonna be covered.
Listen,
she that's the way she may roll.
That's a whole nother conversation.
Yeah, that's definitely a different conversation.
I don't even want to get on that again.
I mean, it might help her. Okay.
Hey,
who's going to be with him? If she's going to be with him, which we don't know really. If she
right.
Be with him. But it might help if she want to be with him. If, you know, he seems like one of them ones that'll go head over heels for you. If everything is right.
He'll be home at 5:30 with the anyway.
He be making dinner, bringing dinner. Y'all have all kind of things. Listen, here's what he gives me anyway.
Hey, Tommy, she said when she bought the earrings, I can't get you both. We're gonna have to do one at a time. So that's why I brought that part up about her finances, because she was like, he was like, "Yo, can I get both?" But anyway, let's move on from Thomas and Camille. We already talked about Allen and Madison.
Yeah, it's two train wrecks left. Which train wreck you want first?
I want to talk about this train wreck. Let's talk about my man
because it was really pretty short.
Ikechi and MM
pissed me off.
Then go ahead, tell him how you feel since you.
Please, I'm ready. You know, be all that. I'm ready. Like what?
Go ahead, tell him how you feel. Tell him how you really feel.
Ikechi made me so mad. He's projecting on that woman. He's projected. He talking about she blow up. I think the most she blew up, we don't know what she do off the cameras, but I just believe if she was giving it to him like that off camera, it would spill onto camera, and she would give him more business than she did. She really just went off at the month anniversary. But I feel like he's projecting all this rah-rah about she had an image in her head of the man that she wanted to marry, and blah. No, you had an image of the woman that you wanted to marry, and you didn't get that. You're gonna come to a businesswoman, an astute businesswoman, and bring her one piece of paper. I was disturbed. I was so disturbed. I was mad he was serving her. Period. I just feel like that's not what's supposed to happen. In the space with Dr. Pia, he tells her just in that space, like, you could have told me that outside of this space that this not working for you. Like, been flat out, it's not work. I really am convinced, like she said, he's trying to embarrass me. He's trying to embarrass me, and it is not. He made me so mad, leaning against the wall. Me and my sister joked about it. I'm a nurse. I would never do this for real. But she was like, I would have absolutely had some shrimpy kind of fingers on that paper. So he said he allergic to shellfish. Let's see how allergic you are. That's wrong, but
it is wrong.
But he made me so mad. The way he's doing her, it's just terrible. And I feel like everybody wants to like not be considered a quitter. And I'm gonna finish it to the end, but child, please. That beanie and no.
I need to be like that, not just around the couples, but I need to be like that around Dr. Pia. I need to really show what, not that what he's missing, right? The that we saw after she got served is the that we need to see all the time, because he wouldn't have got this far if she had showed him that side from the get-go. And I understand that's her husband, right? Or you don't want to be married to somebody who don't treat you right. You don't want to be married to somebody who talks down on you. Somebody who feels that you are that you should be inferior to him, because that's what I get, right? He feels, first of all, you insult her intelligence to bring one piece of paper in a folder anyway. What you tell me is you think I'm stupid. Like, you think I got boo-boo the fool written on my forehead and I'm just going to sign whatever you bring. I don't trust you because we play video games together, bro. Because we play Pac-Man together. Like, I'm not going to sign this. And then when they said I'm Dr. P, he was like, oh, I need some solitude.
Which goes back to your comment about communication. If you was going out of town that weekend and you didn't want to be bothered, just say that. Just say that.
I need some solitude.
I'm not going, you don't expect to hear from me. Just don't expect to hear from me at all. I'm going to be real with you. I'm going to homecoming. I want to be by myself. I want to be with my people. Don't text me. Don't call me. And I'll return the same.
Because he's a liar. He wants to make it seem like he's a good guy. Here it is.
No, he don't want to make it seem like he's a good guy.
Here it is. If everywhere you go, you need peace.
You must be the chaos.
You must be the chaos. You must be the one that's bringing the foolishness, because everything you hear, I need peace. I don't even have peace in my own home. Dog, you don't even stay in your home. I just needed to go to Houston to get some solitude. At the homecoming,
you ain't getting no solitude and no homecoming.
You ain't getting no solitude. You ain't getting no sleep. What are we doing at this point, bro? My thing is, why don't he just cut it? Right? Why don't he just let it go? Why don't he just say, you know what, we're done? Right? He says, I'm done. I don't think he's sending mixed signals. He just tried to be pleasant. Oh, you want to go play video games? Like, yeah, y'all here. Let's go play video games. Go ahead and play across the street. To get up, she gets upset and leaves, and she says, I think she's talking about, I don't even identify. What she said? I don't want the husband anymore. At the end, she's, I don't want her. Like, I'll sign these papers. Girl, you should have been signed the paper. You should have brought your own papers. Like, you should have been told him the night that after the anniversary dinner, we're done. See, when you move out of the place that we live in and you pack all your stuff up, you already told me what you want to do. If I come home one day and Jack got all her stuff and it's gone, guess what? We know what time it is. Ain't no reason, right? Oh, I come home one day and all my stuff gone. You know, it's whatever, right?
I just took your stuff out of the house.
She just took it out and laid it on the side of the road. My neighbor's just taking stuff, right? But anyway, but you already know. So there's no reason to play this game. You're not a failure. She hasn't realized that she's not a failure in this.
I think she realized
that she didn't fail here. It's that only so much trying you can do. When somebody don't want you to be around, then you shouldn't be around.
Yeah.
It's no fixing the expert, and I need them to stop sending Dr. Pia. I told Jackie that. No, I think I said in our review. Dr. Pia, to me, is a sex therapist. You need to send Dr. Pepper. They ain't having sex anyway, right? Send in the big guns if you think you can fix this. Who's somebody who's gonna really hold him accountable? Dr. Pia gave the poker face, right? But at the same time, hold him accountable and make him. This dude walks in the room and don't even respond to his.
When I tell you, right. I'd have turned that table over.
She comes in the room and don't even respond to his wife. Like, don't even say hi. Don't even say nothing, right? Dr. P said, you ain't gonna speak?
Oh, I had to sit down first. But you greeted Dr. Pia before you sat down.
Man, that pisses me off so bad.
Yeah,
that made me mad too. I was thinking so disrespectful.
Yo, I tell you this story. I don't think she watched my. I know a lady who was married, and her husband didn't acknowledge her in church before he preached. You know how they be standing up and be like, I want to give honor to my wife and all this stuff. He didn't acknowledge her as he preached. Do you know she stopped in the middle of that service and said, hold up, you ain't going to acknowledge your wife or your family?
I'm talking about like as he was reading the scripture, I think.
And so you ain't going to, look, so you ain't going to do this. You ain't going to walk in. You going to act like I'm not here. I would act like I wasn't there when the time to go play video games, but she hold him on the arm. gives me mixed signals. She's the one giving mixed signals. Let it go. You would have walked down the other way to the street, other side of the street. I'm sorry. I'm done. With Tommy Talisa.
Talisa, you want to go?
Sure, I could go. I ain't really got a whole lot to say, but I'm going to just tell you this. You want to know what I wrote down? They both weird.
Right. Yeah, right.
They both weird is what I wrote down. That was the last thing I wrote. It wasn't the first thing, but that was my summary, is that they both weird. Because when Dr. Pia was asking about, and when you said that they need to have Dr. Pepper come, I feel like Dr. Pia is staying in Chicago. Like she's there like a week or so at a time, where they aren't, right? That's what I feel like. That's why we see so much of her. But they definitely need somebody other than Dr. Pia to come in, because she is the sex guru, not the, relationship queen. Nevertheless, I was like, when that man said, when she said, do you want to be in this relationship? That man was supposed to say, no, I do not want to be in this relationship. I don't understand. I can't even remember what he said, but it was a lot of words about nothing. Okay. About, I don't think that we're married. It's not like we're married. Your answer should have been, no, I do not want to be with this woman. I've tried it. It's over. I don't want to. And then when Dr. Pia asked her what she wanted, and she said she wanted to start fresh, kind of like it with 9 or 10 days left, girl, you weird. Which makes me go back to, not be mad at me if you want to, okay? It's okay. Because it makes me go back to when he said it didn't matter who she married. She won't marry anybody, and she would have made it work with anybody. And all this is doing is showing us that is true, right? And she may need to go ahead and call her parents and ask them to set her up with somebody, because I think y'all said she was getting married, but so that she could get to be able to work through something with someone who's going to really care, because he doesn't care and she acts like she doesn't see it. And so for me, that's a little weird, and not the good kind, because there's a good kind of weird and there's the bad kind of weird. And I feel like that is not a good weird. That is not something that you really want to be a part of. And then of course he's just weird, because what are you doing? Like, why do you come in and hug Dr. Pia and not even say hey to MM? Okay, you ain't got to hug her because you don't fool with her like that. What kind of solidarity did you actually need? Like, I needed solitude and quiet. That's all you've been having. Remember, you've been living it. You left the apartment and you went to your own place, so you didn't have the solidarity and quietness that you needed. What you should have did was be honest to MM and tell her, hey, listen, I can't do this, and I want to go away, or I need to go away and really think about our relationship. And when I come back, we can have a real conversation about where we need to move forward. He's weird too, and not in a good way, because he does not know how to articulate his feelings, his thoughts, his ideas. And then when someone else says something about something or wants to have a conversation, it's, oh no, we already asked for forgiveness and apologized, so we need to wipe it clean. He is afraid to have awkward, uncomfortable conversations. And that is what he needs to learn how to do. And in the process, find a resolution to that. If you can't have those kind of conversations, you are not going to be able to move forward in any relationship that you have. I don't care if it's intimate or otherwise, because when something happens that you do not like, to be able to say, hey, this made me feel a specific way. He needs to get him some therapy. I did write down, though, she is a good spirit, but part of me is like, something about her is also fake. And the reason I said that is because she is a different person. Even before she had decided, I'm just not going to communicate with him. She is a different person with him than she is when she hangs out with the girls. Like, she's a lot more natural and relaxed and relatable and still professional. You know what I'm saying? You still know that she's knowledgeable and has the profession. But when she gets with him, it's just straight profession and very much so like, I don't know. That's just me. It's just what I thought. I feel like you said, Jackie, she needs to learn how to be her natural self around everybody, like she is with the girl. She's an entirely different person. And I know, at one point he called her passive aggressive because she's passive aggressive. Well, you didn't call her passive aggressive before. You called her aggressive because she was touching on your booty and rubbing on your legs. That ain't passive, okay? Passive in that instance would be saying something that, I don't know, not even that. I don't even know what that would look like because that ain't passive aggressive. You have been calling her aggressive. So I just don't know. I think that he needed to just be like, I no longer want to be in this marriage. And then to come in there into that couples retreat with that green folder with one piece of paper in there, and then it say 1 through 4, and you only got one piece. What does the rest of that say, though? You know what I'm saying? What else is on that divorce paper? And if I was her, I would have said, "Can we get an annulment because we didn't have any extracurricular adult activities happening? Like, why do we actually have to?" But maybe that's something that they have to do because it's of the way they got married. I don't know.
What it made me think of, Talisa, not to cut you off.
No, it's okay.
If he made her one, what do he make his students? Because he's a counselor. What do you be telling your students to sign that they don't know about? That you done hid some stuff. Here, I just need you to sign this right here while you're in my office. If you do this to your wife and you're supposed to trust your counselor. You on some shady stuff. That's some shady stuff when somebody just tell you sign this, sign page 104, and the other pages. They don't even do that at the car dealership. They don't do that the way you go. Like, here, sign this. I told my son that when we was teaching my kids how to, like, look, when you go to school, don't sign nothing. Make sure you read it through before. My son now, that joker, I'm like, man, you sign that? You told me to read it, and he's reading the whole paragraph. and I'm not mad at him, but I'm proud of the fact. Like, most people are taught, you read before you start putting your name on stuff, because they people out here gonna get you.
They're gonna get you.
The fact that he would even try to do that, it was just weird. And I could see if it had at least a please sign here line on it. She said it don't even have a line that I could sign on. He was like, just sign it anywhere. Do I look stupid to you? What? I'm a businesswoman. I know what a legal document looks like. What the freak is this? And to your point, somebody said this in the chat, but I thought about this when you were talking to Lisa. I still kind of feel like it was a jab when he was like, it could have been anybody down there and she would have, been ready to marry. Somebody said in the chat, married at first sight really is kind of plug and play. Yes, I should be ready to marry because I don't know what I'm getting.
But for me, what I mean is the moment that man started showing disinterest,
that part,
she should have said no. Because that man showed serious disinterest. It wasn't for me like he was flip-flopping. Because he said, and when he went to that arcade, she should have said no. But he did make it seem like he was going to get to know her all over again. Mm-hmm. So it was very manipulative. It absolutely was. And I just feel like the moment that he showed her, I don't fool with you.
That
like
part.
That, is what she kept going, and even giving her grace. So even the first time, okay, cool. I'm gonna try again because I need to get to know you. You know what I'm saying? Let us try and work this out. I hear you. I apologize. That's not da. Cool. Let's try again. Baby, now we had like 5 times or something. Like after the second time, I think that you should know that this man does not want anything to do with you. And so that's why I said what I said, because it feels like, because I get when if I'm married to you, right? I get that because I know you, I've gotten to know you, and I'm gonna work through it. I get that, but I don't know nothing about you, and so, but I'm coming in married at first sight, wanting to get to know you, and I'm gonna give you a little grace. But how much grace does he get? He shouldn't get this much. He's getting way too much grace.
I agree with that.
Too much
I agree with that, but that's why I was saying, that was dumb on his part, because of course, it could have been anybody there. But like you said, after a while, you keep showing your tail. I'm sorry. You are really getting, and that's what I was going to say too. and how you said she acts different with the group than it is with him. Because I feel like she couldn't, at first, when they first got married on the honeymoon and at the reception, I think she was, she was the same person. But then when he started acting real, like she was like, gosh, she didn't feel comfortable to be herself. Like, because just everything you call me aggressive. I'm just asking you questions. You're saying I'm blowing up. Like he said she blew up on that divorce paper. She didn't blow up. She was just like, I'm not signing this.
And if she was, what did they say? Somebody said nicety. She was nice.
She was very nicety.
I'll
grant you your divorce, but can you give me actual papers? Where are pages 2, 3, and 4? No. I think what he called blowing up was her being sarcastic and nicety, and you don't know what blow up is. Yeah,
he called whatever calling you on your shit was nasty to him. That blowing up, she was calling him on his shit.
Yes.
I hope he ain't that long of a drive to get where he's at. Cause
I don't care.
That's a long drive back home.
I hope he had to drive. I hope he had to ride about 2-3 hours, which for your stupid self.
I feel like the producers made him do it and gave him one piece of paper. Like, I feel like I don't know if y'all have ever been on TV, but I have. You know what I'm saying? And when you be on the TV, the producers be like, okay, go do this. You know what I'm saying? Depending on what it is, go do this. Go.
Don't make me look like no fool.
Yeah.
Don't make me look like no fool.
Yeah. Look, that joker had out when she was like, it's only one page. Me and my sister laughed about this. He leaned like,
is it? Right. Like he didn't like, wow, it's only one page.
He looked like that lady on what was it, divorce court, Miss Jackson.
Right. You'd have handed me the photo till I hand this to her and tell her it's this divorce. I'd have looked in there, I would have read this stuff. You're not gonna make me look like a fool.
That's why I don't think the producers did it. I think he did it. Okay. And somebody said he left the other papers on the school printer.
We're just talking, Tommy. What you got, Tommy?
Man, I got problems over here, man. Trying to do one thing, watch them and watch this and do this. No, everything y'all said was true, and I 100% agree with everybody on what they said. But like the biggest thing that I said about Ikechi was this Negroid brought one sheet of paper, and I would have been like, I don't know how all that works, right? But why did he bring a paper? And I don't know if I don't think the production had anything to do with that, because he had to drive up there. I would have said no. I am not finna drive up here because it's an hour away. We all know that the cabins are an hour away at minimum everywhere. Mm-hmm. So I'm like, he driving up here late and then got right back in the car and left. No, man, I'm not doing that. I don't want to go. But it was like the dumbest thing. I never could figure that out. And all of them were talking like they had a choice of being there.
Mm-hmm. Right. David was
that's the thing that I'm completely confused about is like, what do they have the choice to do and not do? Because the thing about it is, they should have said no when Dr. Pia asked them, do they want to be together? Like, what are y'all trying at this point? You know, it's nothing else to try. Y'all have tried everything that you possibly could. You started over. You started over. You started over again. You tried to talk about something, and the same thing came up. He said something about you that made you walk away and cry, and then you come back and say, yeah, I want to try it. Like, why? That doesn't make sense at all. So it's you know, for me, it's more so of, what are y'all trying to say face of? Or what are we doing here? Because this is some bull. So
I think she got up and left. She wanted to punch in the face. I think she got up and left because she wanted to punch him but couldn't.
Right. That's probably why she left. She knew she couldn't do that. So but yeah, that's what I got, man.
Yeah, it's okay. I saw that look. But yeah, I think I saw Artika Artika in the comments. I didn't think that they could present the divorce papers like that either. I was like, I feel like that's not how it's supposed to work. I feel like that is not supposed to work like that. And then the other thing I said is the nerve of you going, I'm gonna serve my own divorce papers. You ain't talk to the experts. You ain't say nothing. If I was Pastor Cal, I'd be like, N-word, who you think you are? This ain't your show. You don't show me up. I don't know what you think this is. You know what I'm saying? He was
trying to make a moment. I think he was trying to make a moment. It never
I feel like he's been trying to make moments the whole time.
It never happened before. And I think he got caught. You know how you want something so bad, and when you actually get it, it's not what you think?
Mm-hmm.
I think he wanted to be on this show so bad because he saw it on TV. I think we said
you got that from me.
Yeah, he said it like you want to be on Survivor so bad, but when you get on Survivor, you realize, dang, I can't find no idol. But you know, he wanted to be on Married at First Sight so bad and didn't get what he wanted. So now let me make these moments.
And he didn't realize it was as much work and effort as he thought it was.
It's a lot of work, and I guess he thought he was gonna get somebody like, I won't call no names up from past season because people get mad at you. You know, but he thought he was gonna get a Paige. You know, somebody that would just give in, right? But MM wasn't giving in, so he thought somebody. So he didn't expect what he got and realized that, you know what, I have to do work here, and I'm not really willing to put this work in. And she might have really scared him after she tested Johnston, and they went back to the hotel room. She might have really scared, bro. And he was like, "No, I can't do this. I can't do this." She might have scared him. Never know.
I wish Dr. Peel would have stepped in and said something. Like gave pushback on them still trying to continue this thing, because that was the third time they sat down with them to convince them to be together. And it's like, what are we doing? That doesn't make sense at all. So
and this was even in a space where she said this is toxic.
Mm-hmm. So it's like, even saying all of this and you looking at it as we're looking at it as she's getting more info than we have on the whole situation, how can you honestly say that these two people should really try? It's just a bad pick.
They just want to keep them around. I think you said it last week, Tommy. They want to keep them around so it don't get down to 3 or 4 couples on the show, because some of these couples should have left a long time ago. All of them.
Yeah.
So speaking of couples leaving and people that shouldn't be together, and people that said they wasn't going to show up but showed up, and women's intuition. We got Michelle and David, because Michelle talked to everybody. She talked to MM. Well, this is going on. I think this is what she talked to them in the kitchen, where Madison had the fake look on her face, like, David did what? He was who? And Madison got that nervous look too, like what did he tell you? Like she said, David told the truth, and Madison was looking like, you know, somebody know in the room know they're guilty, but they looking at you like, oh, did they tell the whole story? But anyway, so Lisa, I start with you, Madison, David, and Michelle.
Okay. I feel like when so you did talk about how she was talking to MM or whatever, and she had hit her with, I really think it could be Madison because her name is close to mine, and then all these other things because they go to the gym. He's her type, you know, all these things, you know, that is very much so things that you should consider. And that they hang out, like they know each other. So those were all good things. And MM was like, what? Like, you know, being her natural self. But when they had the conversation, when David came in and he had the conversation, I feel like what he said to her then is what he should have said immediately. If he was gonna tell the truth, that is the truth that you should have told. Mm-hmm. Yes, I did. I apologize. Tiffany, whose name is not near Madison's, okay? But when you think about your text messages, right? I just want y'all to think about this just for a second. When you look at your text messages and you about to respond to somebody, and you in your messages, they're not alphabetical when you're in your messages. No. They're like, right here is my brother, this guy I'm talking to, and then my son. And so if I'm not paying attention, I could technically hit the wrong person. Technically, if she indeed sent me a photo. If Tiffany sent a photo and I was like, damn, I can't wait to eat you up, which could be true. Okay, because, you know, when you be looking good and you send somebody you like that photo, they say good stuff. but she should have stuck. He should have said that from the beginning. I think that would have ended this immediately. None of we would, you know, she would have been like, I can't believe it. I don't want to be with you. Da 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 da. She would have been able to say all of that still, but it would not have lasted as long as it did. And you know, he could, you know, we think he's still lying about Tiffany, right? We think he's lying about Tiffany, but if it was in the beginning, we would have left it alone. And I felt like the apology was semi-sincere, like you could really believe what he was telling her. And then I really appreciated him saying, well, this is why I did it, because this is how you saw me. The question she asked was, would you have said something if I had not found out? And that's a question that I asked myself, like, would he have said something? Probably not. He wanted to be the good guy, so he probably would not have had enough balls to be like, I do not like this. I do not like green eggs and ham. I do not like them Sam I am. He would not have been able to tell her any of that. I think that was pretty much it for that. But then we got to that dang on that couples retreat. Okay. And that's where it hit the fan. Because I mean, we know that she wants to know. We know that she doesn't believe him. We know that all of that. We know all of that. We know that he got a thing for Madison. Okay. But yeah, Madison. So when we at that table and she says, David, and so David puts it out. I like it. I like that he shared what it was. I like that he said that he was wrong. I liked all of that. I like that he was like, okay, she want to put me on blast. I like that he apologized for lying to his friends. Okay, she want to put me on blast. When Allen started talking, and Allen started talking because we different. We not the same. It's really what he was saying, because everybody, he knows that they don't have a good relationship too. He said, man, knock it off. I need you to knock it off. He was getting upset because he started trying to compare the two. Because what he knew is that he had a thing with his girl. You know what I'm saying? So keep her out of it. Like, that's really what it was. Like, and what's funny is Allen was like, okay. What? No, why is you letting this man punk you? That's what it felt like to me. You getting punked by some man about your relationship, because I would have said, hold up, homeboy. I get to talk about my relationship. Yes, but we have conversations. We this and that, you know, but Madison do say everything is wrong with with Allen, just like Michelle say everything is wrong with David. But I think the straw that broke the camel's back was the way that Madison got up from that table and got upset because she didn't want to talk about it. What are you upset about? Why are you so angry? You don't have a reason to be angry. You could sit here and let this conversation go on, but you just told on yourself, man. The way you gonna get up and go pack, I'm gonna go pack my stuff, I'm going home. You just told on yourself, man. What are we doing? What are we doing? All of y'all is crazy. All of y'all, every last one of y'all is this. You getting up because you hearing the truth, because your business finna be out about this man. You actually probably done slept with David. Okay, the way I'm feeling right now, you done gave David some. Y'all done rubbed up on each other. Y'all done did something in that club. We done doing them 25-minute songs. Y'all done did something. He done touched on some stuff and smelled some stuff. He done did all the things because he can't wait to eat you up, because he done ate you up before. Like,
I'm going down.
I want Allen to get mad like he getting next week. I can't wait to see that. Like, that's what I want. I want to see Allen stand up for himself and get upset, because the fact of the matter is Madison told, and so did David, without saying anything. And I think that's really all. I think that's all I wrote, because we all know Michelle is not going to give it up until somebody comes out. She ain't going to give it up until somebody says it's Madison. It's not going to happen. We just waiting and waiting and waiting. And waiting.
The energy changed for Madison, right? From when David came and went to the dinner, they must have had some kind of conversation, right? Mm-hmm. And the reason I say that is because when David first came, she was joking like, "Oh, so much tension in here. We should cut it with a knife."
Hey, somebody go grab a knife.
Somebody go grab a
Allen, go grab a knife.
So she's laughing to the point where she's laughing and joking and playing with this thing. to the point where Michelle started getting serious and they started talking. And at the dinner table, you want to hop up and leave. So there's something that transpired throughout that day that made Madison feel uncomfortable to have this conversation. From her going to joking about cutting it with a knife to her now saying, "Oh, can't get up." David was protecting his woman. Like, don't you talk about her, because again, he felt the longer we talk about this, the more things gonna come out.
The closer
and,
we're gonna get,
and it's gonna get exposed. And Carla here too. Carla can start putting pieces together. Like, hold on for a minute, because Carla can add the puzzle pieces that nobody know. And then you saw MM try to diffuse it. Talk about, I'm the one who's getting divorced, right? She tried to calm it down a little bit too, but Michelle is out for blood, because Michelle is like, hold on. Let me see how I feel about this. I'm gonna tell a story. Like, because she even was like, David, you gonna tell what's going on? Like, David wouldn't even tell his story after one then went finish.
No.
Michelle was
That's
like,
not what she said.
She's like, she volunteered
She
David.
said David wants to go next. Now that right there, I said, oh my God. I would have chopped her in her throat.
She signed him up. And David was like, yeah. And you know, when he told the story at the table, he didn't mention Tiffany's name. He said some other girl. Madison's middle name might be Tiffany. Madison Tiff. Oh,
I mean, she looked like a Tiffany.
She got an alter ego.
I don't know if she looked like a Tiffany. She got an alter ego.
Well,
I guess so. They be a little wild, so she do be at the club all the time.
Beyonce with Sasha Fierce or something like that. So
that might be her alter ego.
Tiffany's alter ego to the club. So he told a story without saying any names and kept it like that. And then here's Michelle. Well, do y'all kiss?
Oh, Michelle.
Michelle, like, what? Do y'all kiss? David, like, David just threw the ball up and she just spiked it. He like, well, we ain't kissed since our wedding day. And they talking him like, well, Alan, do you and Madison kiss? And Alan like, oh no.
I in that moment, I wish Alan had spoke up and be like, don't bring me into y'all bull crap. Please don't interject me in your bull crap.
No, because Madison Kat got her tongue. Because she started, like I said, the energy she had earlier to the energy she had at the dinner. There's a lot of things that transpired between that day, between that and that area. And I guarantee her and David had some conversations. They went away. It's a big property. Went away and had a conversation. Like, whoo. But even when it was in the kitchen having a conversation, Madison was looking like, eyes were looking all over the place, head were looking all like. And when Michelle said, David told me something, the girl name, and told me what was going on.
She was looking like,
Madison was looking like, all right,
nervous.
Now she want to ask, like, what did he tell you? But you can't ask what did he tell you, because then you'd be like, guilty. But anyway.
Tommy.
Y'all said everything I was gonna say, man. No, I think the only thing I do want to say is I think Madison, this is her thing to get her out. It's a thing of knowing the truth. I need to know the truth, and then it's juice around it being, what's that girl, Madison. It's a juicy thing that, oh, he cheated on me with Madison. It's not the idea that he cheated on her or that he started to talk to somebody, because I don't want to say that he cheated on her unless you want to say that he emotionally, because she just got a text message. That's the only proof that I have that he did something outside of his marriage that I don't agree with. You know what I'm saying? So if he texts the girl, hey, I can't wait to eat you up. All right. But she hadn't given him anything, and she admitted, I ain't gave you anything. So the expectation should be to have that conversation. I wish he would have had that conversation earlier on, but he didn't. So we're here, and like you said, Talisa, Madison gave herself away when she walked away from the table. Michelle is just trying to be messy at this point, and she's enjoying that part because she's not in the wrong. She's right. She has because she hadn't been right this whole time, and then now that she she's in the right at this point. So I think it's a mess. I enjoy it, like, cause shoot, I want to get to the bottom of it too, But I hate it for Allen. I think you guys said it last week that he's the one that really misses out on things, because Michelle didn't want David. David gets Madison. Madison gets David. And nobody gets Allen, but MM is available. So I mean, I would have shot my shot at MM. If I was Allen. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. How about this question? They brought up, and they thought a question. What did y'all thought? What did y'all think when Michelle said she thought David was the aggressor more so than Madison? When they was telling MM, did you think anything like she didn't think Madison would be up to the point where she would go after her man? Did she have too much trust in Madison?
I feel like
I think David did that. Like,
I think he did.
David approached her.
Yeah, and I think that she went along with it.
Yeah, like if you was to put, I feel like it's both of y'all are in the wrong type of deal, but David definitely came to her and was like, "Hey, what's up? Let's."
I feel like it didn't take that much effort, though. I agree. He probably did approach it first, but I feel like it didn't take. I don't think it took that much pressure.
I think there's an initial attraction between them.
Absolutely.
You can tell that when they was in the on the honeymoon at the gym.
Yeah, at the honeymoon, we knew that there was some attraction.
Yeah, it was like, oh, okay, type
even
of
when
thing,
he came in. Even when he came in for the retreat, go back and look at the hugs, right?
That hug was good, wasn't it?
Yeah, and how she showed all.
Alan said it.
How she showed all her teeth when she hugged him when he hugged her.
I need to go back and see that.
Let me see if I can pull it up for you.
But Alan said that before. He pointed out the fact that you don't respond to me the way you respond to other people, and he even threw David's name out there. Mm-hmm. You don't. I see how you respond to them. I want to address this. A lot of people on social media, and I think somebody, I don't know if somebody said in the chat, but they tried to chalk it up to, Michelle's intuition. She felt like no context clues. Mm-hmm. She wanted something. She want it. If you're looking for something, you'll find it. She wanted something not to be right with that man.
Oh, she did.
She wanted something not to be right with that man, and the house thing wasn't working. The immaturity thing was if you look for something, so it wasn't her intuition. I don't think she had no intuition because it just wasn't that deep. But she started putting stuff together because they've been at the gym together. David be out. He works nighttime, but then he be out a little bit extra. All you got to do is put the puzzle piece together. And she just need anything. She made me mad when she was talking to him and he fessed up. She pissed me off so bad. I felt like you beating a dead horse. The man told you he messed up. She was upset like she was really liking this man. I'm not going through all this talk. You don't like him. You don't like him. She acted like she was just so, oh my God. Why would you it was so, I was like, you don't like him. You don't like him.
We getting better. We started getting better. And then things started working out better. No, they wasn't. Where was that?
You a daggone lie. You a daggone lie. And then I feel like you trying to turn this on me. That shows us that she just want anything for her to get play her victim card. Yeah. Anything to play her victim card.
I needed her to answer David's question though. She never answered his question about when he was sitting there like, why did you treat me like this? Or when he kept asking her like, she's like, no, it's on you. You try to turn this on me? No, I'm not trying to turn this on you, but I do need to answer. And that's why I go with Talisa said. Talisa said he should ask those questions earlier so she could give an answer. Now it ain't about him asking the question because you only asked the question because you got caught cheating. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So now ask the question earlier and you might get the answer you need. Like, why are you not giving me sex? Why are you not kissing me? Why are you not hugging me? Why are you not tell me why?
Why you not want to go out with me? That's right. That one. Why don't you want to talk to me, hang out with me? Why won't you wait up for me on Friday night because you don't work Saturdays? Like, why? Why? Ask them questions. Yeah. You should have been asking that. And I hate that I feel like those were true feelings that he had because he did seem fake all the time in that instance when he was okay with everything. I feel like he, or not fake, that he just wanted to be a good guy. I did want to say that I do like Tom. Okay. Thomas is all right with me because I liked at that table. He asked if it was about, was it really about blah, 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 or is it the marriage? Like, I can't remember the other two things, but I tell you what, I was like, now what y'all gonna say? Because he was asking Michelle, like, is this really about that? And she was like, all of them. No, girl, it's not about all of them. It's about the first two, whatever that was. I
Mhm.
can't even remember. My brain.
He asked if is it because he lied or was it because of marriage?
There you go.
That's what it was.
You got that in your Palm Pilot?
Yeah. I made sure to write that. I knew
Yeah,
Thomas had
I
did
like
something
the
at that
answer.
table.
Yeah. So I don't know. I did like that, but
No,
And
we
I
know
feel
what
like-
it's about.
Yeah,
It's just that. It's I need to be right on something.
mhm.
exactly. And she like a dog with a bone. She like a dog with a bone. She's not gonna be satisfied until she is proven right. And until I need all the details so I could just say how horrible of a person you are. And we just gonna ignore the fact that I was not nice to you. I didn't give you a chance. None of that. So all of that is erased because look, he cheated on me. He cheated on me. What? No.
I wish somebody would have said, "Well, did you like him?
Right.
Did you like him? Is
Right.
that why
You
it's
didn't even
bothering you
care?
so much? Did you like him? Is that really what it is? Because you didn't, or I didn't think you liked him. But see, that's the kind of person that I am. That
Right.
when that's kind of happening, I would be the one to be like, "But did you like him though?" Like, 'cause-
Exactly.
And that's what Carla kind of said on After Party. Like, did
Yeah.
you like him?
yeah, you didn't
You-
like him.
You didn't like him. But she's like, you wasn't cheating with Juan. No, I wasn't. But I wasn't treating Juan like that neither.
Right. She
Mhm.
wasn't talking to Juan the way you talked about David. And I mean, she was talking bad about him. I hope while she's watching it now and she's reviewing it, that she sees how stupid she looks. But she go, when we see this for the reunion, which I'm excited about.
Right. It's kind of 9 days away, and you kind of started liking him. That doesn't mean y'all gonna stay together. 9 days away, and you kind of started liking him.
But she wasn't trying to stay.
He should have asked her, well, if this had never came out, would you still like me? If this hadn't came out, would your walls came all the way down? If this hadn't came out, would you have held my hand? If this hadn't came out, would you have kissed me? That's what he should have said at the table, more so than trying to protect Madison. He should have turned the see, David don't know how to do this. You need to turn the focus back to you and the person and leave everybody else in the room. Mm-hmm. You should have turned it back to make it about you and Michelle, and should have left Madison and Allen alone.
Mm-hmm.
He's not skilled at this thing. You got to be able to draw attention back.
But she's good at it. That's the difference.
She's real good at it.
Michelle is good at it. So if you good at something and you talking to somebody that don't normally have to deal with that, because he normally the man in the room, like this ain't normally an issue, he ain't gonna know what to do. He ain't gonna because she good at it. Okay, she good at being the problem.
Girl, yes, she good. She's good at it.
She's smart. She's smart.
I can't, but I'm gonna tell you this. Married at First Sight always do it to us. They had us thinking we was really gonna get it. We was really gonna get the info on this episode, and I was mad at that.
They get us every time. And I'm all looking at next week like, well, what did he say? Like, what did he say? Because it's you making it sound like they're making it look like he said that, yeah, I like Madison, right? But that might not be all of it. He might say, I'm close to her. She knows more about me than my wife does because we work out. We don't know what they're gonna say. So I want to see what they're gonna say. I'm hoping they say something because he's kicking stuff and pouring stuff out. And yeah, he
set something on fire, didn't he?
Yeah, he should have kicked the cabinet. He should have kicked David, but I'm scared. See, he ain't gonna kick David because they boxed each other last week. Allen know what time it feels. Allen know what that feel like. But anyway, any other comments, concerns, issues before we get out of here?
Nope. Looking forward to when they come on Tuesdays.
Yeah.
I don't ever watch it till Friday or
I
Saturday.
don't watch it till like Wednesday night.
I might not even watch it till Sunday morning before it's time for us to
we on Tuesday. I try to watch Tuesday night if I'm not fall asleep. But I try to watch. Our ticket says 3 marriages in on one retreat.
I know, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Wow. Talisa, how the book club going? Go ahead and promote.
Oh my God, the book club is going really, really well. Thank you so much. Only person in here I think right now, maybe D is in the book club. Artika's in the book club. Jackie's in the book club. We have over 30 people who signed up. And our first book, we have it now. It is called All Her Little Secrets. Look, I ain't even started reading it yet. But when I read it, it's gonna be once I read the first chapter, it's over. I'm gonna be done. Because I'll be reading. I'm reading something else at the same other time. Oh, look at my Mighty Minnie is in there. Look at you see that the book is good. The Black Book Joy. Yes, ma'am. That is exactly what listen. I love them so much. We also have our first meeting date, which is the first weekend in March. So I'm really excited. If you guys want to join, still you can. But you need to get the book immediately because we already did the choices. Let me see. Let me be kind. Copy. And y'all know I don't be really good at this. Look, Miss Benz is in there. You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Listen. We readers over here. We like to read, and I'm excited about it. Men are welcome too. I have 2 men. One of the men is actually going to be at the meeting. See, High Vibe, she on there. Listen. Y'all don't know how much joy this brings me to know that you would just come and be part of a book club. Now, y'all notice I'll probably extend to something. Darlinda, I don't know if y'all watch Darlinda Tracy still, but she's part of the book club. And she sent me a message and she was like, this feels like we're going to end up one day having a retreat. Then we're going to meet up. Like, I was like, girl, if you don't speak them things as if they are, like, yeah. And you can get the audio version. Nobody is judging you. Nobody knows unless you want to share. And if they got something smart to say, I'm going to say something slick back. Okay. So don't worry about that because we are inclusive. Okay. Everybody is welcome. Also, I watched Ready to Love Philly. So as soon as we're done here, I'm going to do my recording and I'm going to upload it. And then maybe Glenn and I might come back to talk about it. August Love Story. They ain't Tommy and Artika. They ain't watched it. Okay.
I didn't even know it. Look, I didn't even know it came on. Yeah.
So yes, and see, I'm gonna start in it. Oh, also, if you want to be part of the Black Book Joy book club, it's also on Instagram. If you don't want to be a part of it, just so you know what we're doing and all that kind of stuff, you can come join me over there. I'm considering doing feel better, stick and shut in. I'm thinking of doing a Facebook one.
We put you on a prayer list. Go ahead, feel better.
Please feel better.
We're praying for you too, Tommy.
Yeah, because you're struggling. I am thinking about doing a Facebook thing too, only because on Facebook people can actually post themselves. So I don't know. We'll see. But let's get through the first book. I'm excited, you guys. Thank you so much for joining me. Every last one of you who are on here. I'm so excited and I can't wait. It is a Zoom, so, be prepared for me to be like, y'all can get on camera. Is y'all getting on camera? Because, that's what I'm going to say. Y'all can get on camera. Okay. That's it, y'all. I'm done rambling. I'm so excited.
Tommy, what you working on, brother?
Man, I got my black facts for the month, man. I was doing good until Friday, man, but I'm gonna get them 3. I got one from yesterday I didn't get out, and then today I got to get out. So I'm owed 2 now, but I'm probably just gonna do 3 tomorrow. So other than that, man,
I don't know why you just don't record them like how you recording your 3 right now. I don't know why you won't just record like 5.
See, that was the plan.
Okay.
But plans plans change.
Okay.
Because I was actually gonna record like at least 2 weeks, today. But
But now you on daddy duty by yourself.
I've been pretty much I've been potty trained.
Okay. So, okay, well, don't be you only joining because the link was posted. If you don't want to join, you don't have to. You can read the book and then just talk to us about it.
Look, Artika is listening to it, and I'm hearing the replay upstairs. I'm like, oh,
yeah.
But no, that's pretty much it, man. We got Black History Facts this week, or this month. Saturdays we do the Love Brew podcast, and the Dad Exchange podcast is coming soon. So, we've been working on that. So, yeah.
Yeah, over here I started thinking about the table too. So you got the wood and the table.
Oh yeah, man.
The table you're gonna make.
I gotta send you the picture of it, man.
Okay, cool.
It's so dope. It's gonna sit right here though. So
yeah. We got Ready to Love videos out from last night. Might be doing a little bit something later with Talisa later on of Ready to Love. Love is Blind will be coming out this week. It starts on the 14th, Valentine's Day. We'll be doing Love is Blind.
Oh, he might have somebody else reviewing Love is Blind with him. Because somebody was like, yes, in the room with us.
Oh yeah, I might do it with my daughter who's in college. We might just do it together.
Oh, that would be nice. That'd be nice.
We'll get a different perspective. So yeah, she'd be watching that. So we might just do Love is Blind. Y'all might see another member of the Jacglen clan.
Oh, I would love that.
To do Love is Blind. So we may check that out. And then when me and Jack can get some time, we'll do Macaroni Thoughts, because we're gonna talk about a lot of things that we need to get through. So we need to do like you, Tommy. We need about 5 or 6 episodes on one day together and just putting them out. But we'll get there. So we're gonna get there. So hey, all you guys who rocking with us, we appreciate y'all. Go check out all our videos. If you subscribe to all our channels, because we all a number of love here. You may catch us on different people podcasts, panels, and discussions. Always support, always love us, and we'll keep coming back next week with more Ready to Love, more Love is Blind, more Married at First Sight, which this season has really drew me back, because I was on the way out, but it brought me back in. So I appreciate you guys. Y'all have a great one. Enjoy the Super Bowl. Don't care who you root for. Just eat some chicken wings, relax, and enjoy your peoples. All right. Talk to you guys later. Peace. Artika, feel better.
Bye. Feel better, Artika.
Miss you. Peace.
Oh.